What up, boys, and welcome back to another video. So in this video we have another Shadowlands Hyperspawn, and this has been like the most requested farm for me to test out like the last 2 days, I believe. Sulheim already did a video on this one, and it has been taken over like on the custom group finder for 2004 farm in Shadowlands. It's been going like absolutely insane. Everybody is doing it. And we're going to go through why, and we're going to go through my personal opinions about the farm. But first, you guys can see me doing it. This is a clip from my live stream where you can see how fast these mobs are spawning. It's like any other hyper spawn. The mobs are hyper spawning. You're killing a lot of shit, right? So this farm, why is it so popular? Because the Ardenweald spot that is considered the best farm requires you to have a decent group. Like the most optimal way to do it is by having one monk and like 7 druids, because druids have the best combination of AoE damage and pulling power with Sunfire and Starfall, so they're just super strong. However, when you list a custom group and you want to go into Ardenweald, people tend to take in everybody, so they take in like Death Knights and Paladins and Rogues, and it's a clusterfuck. Like, you guys have probably tested it out. And you can either be lucky and have a good group, or you can be unlucky and have a bad group. And whenever I do it on my stream, I take, obviously, 7 druids and a monk. And we get like 8,000 plus kills an hour on that spot. So I think it's really, really good. Also, it requires you to actually keep on pulling and keep on damaging constantly. So you're always busy. You're always on the move. And I think that's great. However, this farm right here, you can pretty much do it stand still. Some of you. You only need like 2 people really to pull. And the rest of the people, they just stand still and they just AoE shit. And it's also more like custom group friendly, because you can have Death Knights, you can have Paladins. Actually, they're better than having 7 druids. Like 7 druids, we had too many druids in my group, so we got less loot and less kills than some of the optimized groups. So I think that this farm is really good if you have like the perfect setup, but getting that perfect setup is harder than getting a perfect setup at Ardenweald, really. So I think that for the majority of the players, this is a really good farm. So we're going to dive into the numbers and what the farm is. Before we do that, I do want to mention that if you guys haven't already, you can still obtain the 0 to 10 million gold guide. 50% off, only for $9.99, and if you buy it, you will receive every single update that the book ever gets for free sent to your email. So it's been updated a couple of times now in Shadowlands, and I'm going to keep on working on even more updates. So everyone that has bought it, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support, and hopefully you will like the updates that are coming to it. So this location takes place right here in Maldraxxus. Everyone calls it the Maldraxxus farm. Like, if I open up my pre-made group, finder group, you can see that there's some people doing the Arden one still, but Mald, right? Mald and Maldraxxus are the popular names for the farm. So right here, on this little building right here at the House of the Chosen, is where it all happens. So you're placing the monk statue right in front of this big pack of mobs, like right here-ish. And then you're going to be pulling all of these mobs in this area. You're also going to be pulling these mobs right back here. And then you have this patrol that a druid can easily pull with range. We even had a guy who we gave him the mission of going in and pulling these mobs, because you just need like 1 Sunfire in this guy and you would pull 4 extra mobs constantly. But most of the groups doing this with like a super good setup, they don't have enough druids, and they shouldn't have that many druids to do that sort of pulling. They basically just have somebody pull this side and pull the pack, and then 1 guy standing and pulling these guys in the back right here. So 2 druids, and then just a bunch of classes with AoE, with no AoE cap. So mages are good, red pallies and death knights are surprisingly good. And that's how you do the perfect setup. So why do people like it? Besides from that, like, how good is it when it comes to numbers? I think it's very strange. People hate it when I said it should be nerfed. But I think it's very strange that Blizzard hasn't nerfed this one, because you're getting like 3,500 Shrouded Cloth, right? And Shrouded Cloth has an 8 gold like breaking point. Like it's worth 8 gold to the vendors essentially whenever you turn it into the cloak, right? So you're looking at like 28,000 gold on average, raw gold, 28,000 gold raw from the shrouded cloth, and then like 10,000 gold on top of that from just drops, like literally raw gold. So that's 38,000 gold. And then you get like 420 to like 520 of the lightless hill. And even if you were to sell it for like a fraction of the market price, we're talking sick amount of gold. And this is like without any epic drops. Like you're getting over 50,000 gold guaranteed without any epics. This farm also drops a bunch of lockboxes and meat, which is a bonus. But 50,000 gold regardless. And most people, like, we have people who got like 5 epics in 1 hour. We have people who've done it for like 5 hours and not received a single epic. But like the most common thing, right? The most common thing. I know there's going to be some of you in the comment section typing, Studen, I did it for 8 hours, didn't get a single one. But I've been spending like days doing these epic BWE farms. And it's most common to get 1 epic every 2 hours. That seems to be the norm. And then I have multiple people who average above that. I've myself averaged above that in the past, but like the last 3 days has been roughly 1 every 2 hour. So even if the epics are only selling for 100k, 50k, you're making a lot of gold in this farm. But the epics is not the reason why I think it should be farmed. I think it's very strange how Blizzard was so swift in BFA of nerfing the farms. Like I made a video, other people made videos. The farms went viral, they got nerfed. And it was like rinse and repeat. It was like a daily thing. And right now, like, I've made videos on it. Scythe's made a video on it. There's been a bunch of people making videos on the spot and a bunch of people doing it. And they haven't been touched, right? But Blizzard still reduced the gold that people got from running old raids. So people would get like a couple thousand gold less. But people are literally making like 50,000 gold raw doing these farms. So it amazes me that it doesn't get nerfed. But hey, I don't really mind. They're good, right? But I still think they should be nerfed because when they get nerfed, well, the epics, like you get a worse supply, like less supply of epics and also cloth. Therefore, when you have less supply, prices go up. And you're also forced to run around and find different farms, right? I think it's great. Gives people a change of scenery. Prices kind of stabilize a bit. And all in all, I think it's good. But I'm not saying Blizzard you should nerf it all. Definitely not. There should be like extremely good ways to make gold. But when we're talking this amount of raw gold, I find it strange that Blizzard hasn't nerfed either the shuffle, like the vendor value of the tailoring items, or just nerf the spots completely like they did in previous expansion. Regardless, this is a really good farm, and you guys should farm the shit out of it. You really should. And that's it for today's video. So as I said, if you guys haven't already, you guys can still get the guide 50% off, link in description and pinned on comment section. Appreciate the support. See you all in the next one. Until then, bye-bye.